protest, scorn against America and President Bush for refusing to ratify the Kyoto Protocol.
It was not a popular position in parts of the world.
Yeah, it really wasn't. 170 countries have ratified Kyoto, many promising to reduce their greenhouse gases to below 1990 levels.
There is no time to lose.
Amidst international pressure, the U.S. and Australia have refused to participate.
They shall go on, implement the Kyoto Treaty. Do not wait for Bush.
Why? When the U.S. is responsible for 20% of all man-made greenhouse gases, why refuse to join the rest of the world? I mean, other than to purely annoy these people. Because, quite simply, the Kyoto Protocol is a joke. A really unfunny and expensive joke.
3/4 of the total expense would fall upon the United States.
I think there's only countries that are even coming close to meeting their targets.
The amount of warming that would be prevented per half-century is 0.07 of a degree Celsius.
It does not include China, India, Brazil, and these countries are all industrializing rapidly.
Kyoto encourages people to run the hell away from it.
We didn't feel like the Kyoto Treaty was well-balanced. It didn't include developing nations.
Developing nations like China and India aren't mandated to reduce their emissions under Kyoto. That's a big problem for the U.S., especially since many developing nations are big polluters.
It used to be thought that by 2020, that China was going to pass the United States in carbon dioxide emissions. New data says it's going to happen in 2009.
Even our vice president thought it was ridiculous.
It is a ridiculous notion.
No. I don't mean that vice president. I mean this one.
We will not submit this for ratification until there's meaningful participation by key developing nations.
Yeah, you heard right. Back in 1997, Al Gore set the standard that the U.S. will not comply with Kyoto as long as big polluters like China don't have to.
That's the gold standard. That standard still has not been met. That was the standard George Bush articulated, too. But he's mean.
Today, I reaffirm my personal and announce our nation's commitment to reducing our emissions of greenhouse gases.
Clinton signed the Kyoto Protocol, announced his commitment to it, but never sent it to Congress to be ratified.
Just like George Bush has never undertaken the purely protocol step of asking the Senate to vote on Kyoto, neither did Bill Clinton for 801 days of his presidency.
Why? Because they knew the Senate had already voted down a Kyoto-type deal by the razor-thin margin of 95 to 0.